Right now, we're keeping an eye on 95 South near the Providence Place Mall as the DOT's lane changes face the traffic onslaught of the evening commute.
We saw some problems when the changes were once again put into place yesterday and today. Some drivers tell us they're still confused. Eyewitness News reporter Madeline Wright is live now with the Providence Mobile Newsroom with the follow-up.
Mike Shannon, the Providence Viaduct project is taking place about a mile down the highway. You can see some of the orange overhead signs warning drivers to stay in their lanes as they head into the construction zone. As you recall, the DOT made 2 attempts to change the traffic pattern here. The first attempt had major setbacks, but this time around, the DOT says it's gone a lot more smoothly. Drivers are starting to get used to the new traffic patterns on 95 South in Providence near exit 21. It's the busiest stretch of 95 in Rhode Island.
We're very satisfied with the changes that we made and with the response that we've gotten from the motorists. They're responding very favorably toward the changes.
New signage seems to be helping.
We clearly made it clear in much simpler form to motorists that all of the lanes go to stay on 95. The ones to the right of the barrier and the ones to the left of the barrier.
I think the barrier in the middle makes it confusing, because how do people understand that the 2 lanes to the left, you go south, but then there's still a lane to the right of that barrier that you go south? It seems to me a convoluted pattern.
Watch as this white pickup truck veers into the left lane, then veers back into the right lane right before the barrier.
Certainly, many fewer of those kinds of last-minute decisions are happening. Those are the ones, however, that last-minute change of mind to move on one side or the other of the barriers is the movement that creates the most traffic disruption. It slows the people behind you down.
The new traffic pattern won't last long. On Sunday, the DOT is creating a new pattern as it gradually moves more lanes onto the new viaduct. Coming up new at 6 o'clock, we'll compare the number of accidents between the first and second attempts at changing the traffic pattern. Live with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Madeline Wright, Eyewitness News.
Right now, the evening commute's still a busy one, at least at the Providence Viaduct. This after RIDOT reintroduced lane changes as part of the bridge construction. And new at 6, we're comparing the number of crashes between the 2 attempts at changing this traffic pattern. Eyewitness News reporter Madeline Wright is live in Providence with the new information.
I-95 South in Providence splits in 2 near the Atwells Avenue exit. The right 2 lanes are on an elevated new bridge. The left 2 lanes are on the old bridge. Some drivers, confused, try to switch lanes at the last minute, thinking the right 2 lanes exit the highway, but it's only the far right lane that's the exit.
The message that we've been trying to get across, that is, stay in your lane, and all of the lanes of traffic will get you continuing on 95 South.
The confusion began Tuesday last week when the DOT cut the number of lanes from 5 to 4.
When it all started and they just changed lanes the other day, nobody knew what was going on.
11 accidents were reported, and the DOT went back to the old traffic pattern till Saturday when they made their second attempt. This time around, there's more signage, so drivers know what's going on beforehand.
It's going very well.
But there were some accidents Monday near the split, causing delays.
I think we had 2 or 3 accidents this morning. They were rear-enders. I don't believe any of them resulted in hospitalization.
Back here live about a mile up the highway, the DOT says the old bridge that carries 95 is falling apart, so that's why they're building a new bridge. Redoing the north and southbound sides is estimated to cost more than $200 million. The entire project should be complete by 2021. Live with the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Madeline Wright, Eyewitness News.